G'day guys, long time no see. Quite excited. Tomorrow I get together with MGA Drive. God willing, everything goes well. I've just had to make a video this morning. I was on the way to the gym really early, which I haven't done lately, but once again, as the same story from years ago, if you look back in the videos, I never end up going to the gym because it's raining. And look, is this going to be much of the same old, same old? Yes. I've had an absolute blast today. I mean, I've been skydiving, I've been hang gliding, done whitewater rafting, done the bungee, the terror, the really bad one, and I've done a 19,000 foot skydive, and honestly, the bang for the buck is in this car. I'm not going to go too much into the revisions, as in this car's much faster in the wet. It's a much quicker car. What I'm going to talk about more is this 20,000 kilometer mark, and it was the same thing in the 2015 I had. When you hit 20,000 Ks, the car absolutely screams. Now, I think a few people have it confused regarding one of the previous videos. I haven't made many, but it was talking about Ringlands. As far as I know, my Ringlands are fine, okay? As far as I know. What I meant was, should have looked. What I meant was, I expect, I wouldn't be surprised when it goes. Now, she's running like a dream. The last few weeks, the car's had an incredible increase in power. I know it sounds like someone that's in lust with their car, but it's true. Now, just quickly, going into why the car's quicker, it's about that electronic diff. I remember making a video at the Opera House one morning. The fully electronic diff is amazing. And with the fully electronic center diff, you have an upgrade, obviously, in the VDC system. Now, I tried it this morning with the traction control on standard. The car does, as I've mentioned previously, lurch about. You do want to have it on track mode. Now, for those not familiar, there are some modifications done to this car. It's running about 260 kilowatts. Just a downpipe, airbox. I keep forgetting to mention the electronic solenoid, the boost control solenoid. I'm not sure if it's visible. Oh yeah, it's very visible. Okay. And the reason I'm mentioning the Ringlands is they are blowing up. There is a class action on two things. One, circulation of metal through the engine. For whatever reason, I have no idea how it bypasses the filter and destroys the engine, but there's something with the manufacturing of the engine. And number two, there's a class action which is being settled for the Ringlands. Thank you for the comment. Someone mentioned that the Ringlands have got not much to do with detonation. It's the positioning of the rings which have been lifted from 2012 or approximately that causes the Ringlands to break. Guys, this car is effing awesome, and I just feel sorry for the people that are like, do I buy this model or do I wait for the next one? Of course the next one's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing, maybe with a 2.4, but I mean, for those waiting out for 2020, it's a long wait, because it is a very capable car. Now, I just want to mention one other thing. I've seen so many Ford Mustangs around, yet you do not see these cars. It is still a unique car. I've been bashing through the city this morning, and the reason I've stopped here, this is King's Cross, and it's not exactly where I wanted to film, but The state of our roads are absolutely appalling at the moment, which this car loves. It loves the ramps, it loves all the bumps and all the different cambers and stuff, and it just, you see a Commodore or a Mustang behind you trying to keep up, and the minute the road turns into what a lot of our roads are, the cars get thrown all over the place. Now tomorrow I'll be driving a Ford Focus with Mark from MGA Drive. He's going to make a proper edited video, which he does really nicely. My videos, I just do one take and post them. I know it can be a bit frustrating, but tomorrow we have something a lot better for you guys, thanks to Mark. Now that's what I was talking about, the rarity of this car. It's still a very rare car, okay? It is a sight for people this morning bashing through the city. It's a real sight for the people in the offices, all those white collar guys. In fact, when you go into the eastern suburbs in Sydney, into the very wealthy areas, you do not see these cars because they're all buying the Audis. So all I've seen is all sorts of variants of S3, R3. I mean, the Q5 comes in a S version. And at the end of the day, guys, it's still a very unique car. This is being filmed on impressive art mode. I'm racing now because my battery's going a bit low, sorry. But it is just phenomenal, the control this car has in the wet over the 2015. It is just so much better. Now, another reason is because the tyres are worn right down now. I've done 20,000 Ks. The tyres are now letting the car move about. I'm not having any of that issue with the softness of the tyres. Now, I have mentioned in comments, there's been a lot of questions regarding tyres as well. These tyres, you hit a driveway the wrong way, you're going to burst a tyre. So there is advantages on the 2015 model without these wheels, definitely. I'm constantly having nicks appearing in the side of my tyres, and if you look at a previous video, I've blown a tyre. But yeah, just the same old, but really the electronic diff is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And with these mods as well, the engine is so responsive. At most times, you do not have turbo lag. Right now I'm heat soaking and I'm going to have a bit of lag when I get off the line. Incidentally, I just stalled it yesterday morning. There we go. There's a nice, what was that? WRX. Incidentally, this morning I had a I had a stall, and after the car recovered from the stall, it was just shocking, absolutely shocking to drive, because what it does, it sort of gets a detonation signal from all the knocking noises and brings the timing back. Anyway, fantastic morning in the car. I've spent about 2 hours in it this morning, and I honestly have not had it with these slippery conditions in this type of situation. Is this a subscriber now? Coming back. No, it sounded good. Sounds nice. So, do you hang out for the next one? I guess so, guys. It's financially going to be the right decision to make. But how different is the car going to be? What are they coming up with? How are they so secretive? They're so good at keeping secrets, Subaru, aren't they? Now, I'm just going to give it a rev for you guys. I don't know how the audio is on this camera much. Okay, you can actually hear the turbo spooling down through the exhaust. So we've got a engine pipe all the way back to the standard rear mufflers, and that is steam. There is now a very rich smell, which I've discussed with some subscribers, as in once you tune the cars, you do get a bit of an acrid smell, which is really pisses me off. Mind you, I've got 2 catalytic converters on this. So yeah, going to detail it today for tomorrow's big showdown with the RS Focus. It's going to be really interesting to see the RS Focus. I bet it's going to be too firm for me. I reckon the RS Focus is going to be a little bit too firm. The softness that this car has over the 2015 with the extra coil spring, coil winding, really shows its advantages in this type of weather. It gives the car a lot more compliance, but bearing in mind, if you're going to have that track mode off, like now, like standard, you're going to get the car intervening and then a lot more body roll. So same old, more body roll, more compliance, but far more control. Razor sharp. I know there's sharper cars out there, and the next one will probably have sharper steering, but you can turn with this car, and it's like shooting a gun. Like, you can just gun it, but bearing in mind with the rear bias. Now, once you have it in the front bias, clearly I need a wheel alignment by these kilometers. You're getting a lot more torque steer in that. So it sort of defies logic, but yeah, having it here gives you much more steering control. I'm going to say goodbye now. My battery's sort of reaching the end, but yeah, I was going to script it slightly, but tomorrow will be a lot more scripted. I might go make some notes and mention some other things that I wanted to mention this morning. But yeah, it was just basically the electronic diff, the fun in the wet, the way the tyres wear down. I've had a few questions about the Yokohamas. I absolutely love these tyres. Despite what I said in the beginning, all my life I've noticed when you get new tyres, it's just horrible. Like, there's too much tread on them and you get too much rolling around. But going into the tyres, hopefully the battery will last. Let's just have a quick look at the tread level at the moment. You can see these tyres are wearing absolutely brilliantly. Oh no, lost it.